Welcome to Zidam Astrology. Join me on this journey for your tarot and patra readings, your birth charts, inclusive of chakras, runes, and crystals. Sign up, share, and subscribe. Continuing for today's video, everyone knows at Zidam Astrology that I do things differently, and I have explained in my previous videos why I don't do daily horoscopes. And one of the reasons is that, the natal chart is a map of what the sky was like on the day of our birth. It is a guide that allows us to know ourselves better and understand what type of energies we have available at each moment and situation in life. It is not decisive, but shows us options and marks or pathways that will either bring us obstacles or success. And here at Zidam Astrology, the 4 elements are treated as the source code of astrology. They are fire, earth, air, and water. They are the blueprint of your soul, and its usage will allow you, to become the architect of your own destiny. By grounding ourselves in this fundamental approach, we can more deeply appreciate the subtle and not so subtle energies of the universe and how they affect us here on earth, where we are seeking ways to consciously work with them, or lest they work against us unconsciously. We are not aware of this. And at Zidam Astrology, the trines is what I use. And I use the trines to give me a visual, to give me a depth to tarot reading that is not normally there. The knowledge is there in the universe, so that I use that knowledge to bring to you something different, something new, something better, in my own opinion. Anyone familiar with the tarot will recognize them as the 4 suits, as we see. Wands, which is fire, pentacles, earth, swords, air, and cups, water. These 4 elements can also be attributed or aligned with the modern playing deck of cards, where we have clubs, diamonds, spades, and hearts. And these are issues that I look at. These are issues that I bring to you so that you can have a different perspective. And the commonality of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn deals with its stability. The bull, the virgin, and fertility, and the sea goat, who can climb up any mountain. Those are the symbol of this trine that I'm dealing with. And earth, as we can see, is stable. It's what keeps us grounded. Earth is the building block of our structures. It is stable and strong, while also being able to nurture and grow, because plants grow in the earth. Trees, the forest, all their roots they delve into the earth. One can also say that the earth element represents 2 traits: the strength of a man and the fertility of a nurturing woman, so that we have growth coming through from the man and woman. And these are the commonalities in Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. When the earth element is lacking, however, there is great difficulty in bringing ideas to fruition in a physical form, or with managing and dealing with practical routine or everyday life tasks. And you can only know if your earth elements are strong when you get a personalized reports, right? So that visit Zidam Astrology to make your request. The earth element, when it's deficient, people are unable to deal with the real world and have unreal expectations. So that is what we are looking at when we look at the earth trine. And this spiritual triangle in Vedic astrology, I'm calling it's called the Dharma Trikona, and I deal with the houses 1, 5, and 9. 1 is yourself, 5 is your children, 9 is your father, but it can also be luck and fortune. And a tradition holds that the religious duty or your duty, your aim in life, the primary aim of life in Hinduism is dharma. There are 4 aims, and dharma is the primary aim of human life, since it is the foundation upon which you develop the wisdom and discretion to pursue the next aim, which is wealth, artha. The 3rd aim, happiness, karma. And the 4th aim is liberation, moksha. And we pursue the first 3 aims without compromising the chances of liberation when we do dharma properly. It also suggests a code of conduct that is intended to secure both worldly joys and supreme happiness. And one of the sages in the Hindu text, in the Sanskrit, text, tells us that there are 10 essential rules for us to observe dharma, and these are patience, self-control, honesty, forgiveness, control of the senses, reason or logic, sanctity, knowledge or learning, truthfulness, and absence of anger. And Hinduism describes dharma as the natural universal law where observance enables us to be contented and happy and to save ourselves from suffering. Dharma is the moral law combined with spiritual discipline that guides your life. And this is why I use the trines. Now there are other trines, but the Dharma trine is the foundation. It is the primary aim, and that is the 159. And I recall that in my previous videos I said that no matter whichever one of the trines you start with, whichever one of the zodiac signs you start with, wherever your ascendant is placed, you will still have the 159, because that is what the trine is. So you can start in Scorpio as the ascendant, and Pisces will be 5 and Cancer will be 9. You can start as the ascendant in Cancer. Scorpio will be 5 and Pisces will be 9. So no matter where your ascendant falls in the trine, you still have that 159. So this is the commonality, this is the connections, the alignments that I want you to see in the trines when I do the analysis for you. And this is why I use the trines for my tarot reading. Okay, Earth Trine, your tarot reading starts now for the period May 15th to 28th, 2022, and the topic for you this period is the 4 of Swords, and this is your situation. This is the question you want answered about your goal, your finances, your career, and your relationship. And your situation for this period is all about time out, healing, peace and quiet, solitude, regrouping, coming to terms, spiritual counseling probably. In the state that you're in right now, you really cannot deal with your situation. You need to step back and distance yourself from it, so that by doing so you can regroup and recharge your worn out batteries. Something has you overwhelmed, some situation, some thought, some relationship, something in your career, something around you has you worn out. You are running on empty at the moment. So it is important to take time out now and take a rest. It will put you in a much better position to deal with your problems, and the sooner you find peace and quiet, the sooner it gets better. The knight lying on the tomb implores you to do so. The swords are around the knight, it's not in him, so there is no pain here. There is no pain, there is just physical exhaustion. And when the 4 of Swords appears, rest is not simply sitting down for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a drink. The rest that you need implies that it has to be for a certain period of time and not one that you can rush. You are mentally incapacitated at this point in time. You can't think, you can't move, you have no energy, you know. You need to sleep deeply, you need to nourish yourself. It is time to turn your back on everything, on the world, and retreat into your bolt hole, into your home. You know, take a relaxing vacation, as I said in another video for this period. You know, take a walk outside, look at nature, feel the breeze on your face, feel the grass between your toes, take off those shoes that are constricting you. You know, the Four of Swords carries a real warning of the consequences of not taking care of your mental health during stressful times. You know, if you are coping at present, then this card suggests that you are close to the edge and if you do not take the necessary steps to take a break, then it may very well be forced upon you by your collapse, by your fainting, you know, whatever it is. So that you need to be careful about yourself for this period, Earth. And the influence here that we're seeing comes from the Two of Coins or the Two of Pentacles. And what is influencing your situation, what is influencing your dreams and desires, your hopes, your fears, or what is giving you challenges now, is all to do with the ups and downs. You know, money coming and going, money doubling, financial stress, your mood fluctuations, you're juggling finances. You know, the Two of Pentacles relates to your physical life. You know, it can suggest that you are finding it all a bit of a struggle at present, so that it, you know, it feeds into the Four of Swords. The influence for you to take a rest right now is that, you know, don't worry. You may be juggling several things at the moment and you feel your life is bogged down with demands and commitments such as work, relationship, family. You could be studying. You know, you may feel that you have too many balls or balloons in the air, you know, which will come crashing down on you all at once. But you know, you are bound to feel exhausted and overworked by these challenges and these hopes and fears that you have, the influence of the Two of Coins, you know. And the Two of Pentacles can also suggest, you know, that you are juggling with your money. There is a possibility, however, that you can double your money, as the Pentacles in the infinity symbol reminds us that the entire symbol is split into two to produce twins. You know, this card is often referred to profit and loss card, you know, that you can point to investment or investing in the markets around you. So, you know, but you may be trying to reach a decision on whether to start a business or invest in someone else's, and the Two of Pentacles will have you juggling, you know, this going back and forth, and you know, to see whether you can afford to do the investment or not. And this is what is giving you that kind of mental stress, so that you need to take the rest. And the Four of Swords tells you to take the rest that you are requiring at this point in time. And your character attitude at this time results in the Three of Swords, and this is just pure heartbreak. You know, the Three of Swords with you and your attitude is, you know, grief expressed, deep issues, getting to the heart of the matter, time to talk and cry, and you have arguments and angry words. You know, it's hard lessons to learn. It's a painful growth, you know. And the suffering represented by this card is not confined to one area of your life. You know, its presence can suggest anything and everything that cuts you to the core. So it could be a loss of the loved one, it could be illness, separation, divorce, a broken friendship, you know, job loss, failure in your exam, loss of a legal case. And the Two of Coins tells you that that is what is influencing you right now. You know, those issues surrounding whatever action you are waiting on or going to take, that is what is bringing you this heartbreak, because you know, you are exhausted and you want to go on, you want it to end, but it's not going to end right now, because you need to take a rest, and in order for you to come out of this a better person, it is important for you not to deny the pain or suffering represented by this card, because that is your character and attitude. You may have been stoic, you may have been, just coping by getting up every day, by routinely doing what you have to do, but you are on tenterhooks. If the phone rings, you understand what is this. If somebody knocks on your door, or a car blows a horn outside, or you hear someone calling, you are just tense. You are filled with stress and exhaustion because you don't know what's coming. You don't know the end game, and you live through it and you experience the sharpness of it, but you need to let it wash over you now. Be patient with it. Take that rest. The Four of Swords tells you you are going to collapse if you do not take the rest. By living through the pain, you know when you are beginning to heal, and time heals, and this suffering that you have now will surely pass, and this is, as the Suit of Swords deals with communication, because swords, it's air, it's intellectual, it's the Vishuddha chakra. So it's all about your speech, all about your communication. And how do we communicate? Through our knowledge or wisdom or mental acuity or capacity, so that it suggests that, hurtful words from pent-up feelings or anger may leave you regretting what you may say, or what you may be on the receiving end of. So that this is the heartbreak. There's bound to be some kind of stormy atmosphere that involves, you, that will easily provoke you or make you tense, and sometimes the Three of Swords can suggest that malicious rumors or gossip is spreading about you, and you may be surprised to find out where it is coming from. So this is what, have you with this heartbreak, with this, hurtful period in your life. And the influence there is, as I said, it can be anything. You are juggling finances, you are juggling relationships, you are juggling investments in your business, in your home, in your family life, and it is all getting too much for you. Take a break. Recognize that the Four of Swords is telling you for this period you must take a break. And the timing that we have here comes from the Hanged Man. And in this deck I'm using, it comes from the Hanged Woman. We are all equity and equality of genders at this point in time, so that this is what this card represents. And this timing is, where you need to rest now, to take this time to find out where you fit in, find yourself, understand yourself, take personal fulfillment from resting, review, renew, regurgitate, maybe to bring it out in the open and deal with it, cancel it if it's not something you want to prioritize, and this personal fulfillment is a self-examination, and that Four of Swords tells you to rest and examine yourself. And it's not going to be quick, as we said, it's not going to be quick. The Hanged Man is associated with Jupiter, and the Hanged Man is all about using wisdom, using teaching, using advice from the Guru, who is Jupiter, who is Sagittarius and Pisces, to understand what you need to do and why you need to rest. And this can take months. It's not going to be quick. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's going to take some time. So hang in there, take a rest for a long period. Just let it go. And the Hanged Man is telling you it's months that you should take a rest. It's not going to be days or week, in a general context, the Hanged Man tarot card indicates that you are in a situation that you are not happy with. This is why you need to take a rest. You are juggling, you have heartbreak right now, you are exhausted. This may involve walking away from a situation, or simply changing your perspective on it, sleep on it, as we say. The Hanged Man can also signify that you may be facing a dilemma and are unsure on what path to take. It can signify that things are not turning out the way you planned. You probably wanted a quick decision, a quick resolution, a quick answer on something, and it's not happening. But it's going to happen. You are going to get your answer, but you need to sleep on it, And this is a major, the Hanged Man is a major arcana card, and this is outside or external influences. You have no control over this timing. This timing of getting that answer, of getting that decision, of getting that resolution is not going to be within your control. You can't do anything about it. It is outside your control. You just have to wait, and in waiting, take that rest. Give yourself time to relax, to stop trying to control things. Just let them be. The correct course of action will become clear to you in time. So, this is external forces. This is not within your control. So the Hanged Man understands that his position or her position is a sacrifice that he needs to make in order to progress forward. So that sacrifice is you not trying to control, and sometimes it might be that you have to repent for past wrongdoings, or you have to take a step back to move forward, to recalculate your path forward. This time that you spend recalculating and renewing will give you that rebirth. It will not be wasted. It will be a part of your success pathway, of the mechanism that is going to bring you resolution. This upside down state can also symbolize that you're feeling that you're walking a spiritual path. You are in balance with the spiritual world because you are hanging upside down, so you are looking at a new perspective. And you can only get a new perspective when you take a moment, think, relax, and understand what is your current position before you can know your future position. That there are others that do not understand, the need for sacrifice, and sometimes you have to lose something to gain something. This is a natural course of action for the Hanged Man, and it can also mean that there's a need for you to suspend certain action, so that what is it you're suspending? You're suspending action. You're suspending doing physical effort because you are mentally strained at this time. It will ultimately be best if you are capable of suspending or stalling certain actions in order to ensure that you have more time to reflect on making critical decisions, which will ultimately be for your best interests. And the outcome that we are going to get from all of this rest and new perspective and juggling and heartbreak, if we take that rest, is come from the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is all about charity, kindness, generosity, assistance, support, sharing your community, help. So that this is the outcome. You need to get help. You need to share. You need to take the time off to be generous to yourself. You can be generous and donate to communities from what you have in juggling your finance. You have through the Two of Coins. And in taking that rest, reflect on what are your material needs, what are your spiritual needs, and what it is that you have now that you can share. Is it that you need to share for you to be happy? Is it that you need to stop hoarding? The Six of Pentacles means that you're in a position where you have a good relationship with your income, because remember, Pentacles is all about material gains, assets, physical assets that you hold, that land, vehicle, money, shares, investments, that kind of thing. And the money that you bring in and your expenses are balanced well, because the Hangman is there. You have a new perspective if you take that rest, and you can happily share your wealth. And your wealth could be spiritual guidance, your wealth could be material gains that you are sharing with someone. So the Six of Pentacles can be about charity. You can either be a man giving away money, or somebody giving away money to the needy. You don't need, you have some patronage that you want to give to a school, a homeless entity, whatever it is you feel comfortable with, and after experiencing the difficulties that have brought you to the Four of Swords, you find yourself in a bind, and you need to step out of yourself, get that new perspective from the hanged man or woman, and take up the offer that comes from your friends, or family. It's also a card of community, so people around you want to give you that helping hand. Accept it. The Six of Pentacles gives a strong indication that help is at hand and you will get whatever you need. Ask for it, accept it. If you don't feel comfortable at this point in time to ask for it, accept it if it's offered. And that Four of Swords will give you that rest. The Hangman will give you the new perspective to clear that heartbreak and that juggling from the Two of Coins and the Three of Swords. And the Six of Pentacles also stands our view of social welfare, where there is a financial and practical need to give assistance to those who are suffering, and who are going through challenging circumstances. And this may be your step into giving you a wider view of yourself and your potential at this point in time. So Earth Trine, this is the message for you. Take that rest. Yes, it's difficult. You have gone through heartbreak. You are going through heartbreak. You are juggling, but you have to gain a new perspective and accept the help that is being offered to you, or ask if it is surrounding you. Bhagwan has blessed me once again to bring this video to you, to share with you my knowledge, my research, my perspective on tarot and Vedic astrology, for you to gain a new perspective. And I thank you for listening, and hope that something new and exciting enters your thoughts and enables your dreams. I would ask that you sign up, share, subscribe, and be happy, safe, and healthy until we meet again. See you next time. Bye.